It's Wednesday night, and me and my classmate, who we'll call Jake, just finished our night lecture. We have an upcoming exam to study for, along with a bunch of due dates from our other classes. Both of us just want to go home and relax, and Jake asks me if I want to play online video games with him and one of his friends when I get home. I say yes, but I know for a fact that the game they're suggesting is just going to make us more stressed than we already are. I get home, eat dinner, and I boot up the game at around 10:20 p.m., and I join the call. It's my first time meeting Jake's friend Sean. We play the first match and end up just barely winning, but I know in the back of my mind that in this game, the feeling of winning does not outweigh the frustration of losing. We play our next match, and Jake's yelling every time he dies, and Sean is starting to get annoyed with him. The next match, they're bringing up things that have nothing to do with the game. The match is over and we get absolutely stumped. And I ask them, "Are you sure you guys want to play this? We can play like Gmod or something else. You guys ever play Stardew Valley?" But they just respond with, "It's fine, man, we'll win the next one," and just queue up already. We lose match after match, and they're screaming at each other and at me occasionally, and we feel even worse than when we started. It's now midnight, and they're both still arguing while Jake is yelling at us to queue up for one more game. He says, "One more, ready up." And Sean responds with, "I'm done playing," which led to one final argument that lasted a few minutes before I actually just left the call. I look at the time and realize it's 12:30, and I think to myself, I have an 8 a.m. class tomorrow and I have to get up at 5:40. So there goes my sleep. Obviously, it was my fault as well for continuing to play, but when they're stressed, why do they always default to a frustrating online game? That just makes us feel worse. I mean, I do that too, but... During one of my classes, there was this one classmate of mine who got easily mad with others. He was kind of scary to be around. But the professor wasn't any better. He was pretty quick with his explanations, and if you asked him to re-explain it, he would passive-aggressively repeat what he just said. There were also a few times where he would question some students' intelligence. One time I got to class late and the closest open spot was next to the classmate I mentioned. During this lecture, him and the professor constantly argued back and forth. Both would just often argue about things that strayed from the main topic of the class. And it would get to the point where it was pretty obvious they weren't even arguing about anything. They just wanted to prove the other wrong for some reason. One time when we were working on an individual assignment, I guess he was just clicking on the wrong thing to annotate the text, and he told the professor that the website simply wasn't working. While the professor was trying to show him how to do it on the projector, the class was pretty silent, and then the guy next to me just slammed his fist into the desk. The silence after that was really awkward, and I figured he was just going to get more frustrated and argue with the professor. So I started trying to help him out without irritating him any further. So I said to him, "Hey, are you having trouble annotating the text?" It's not working for me as well, and it's really annoying." "Oh, I found a trick that made it work for me though. Just highlight the text by clicking here," which ended up working, and he just responded with, "Oh, it works." The next story took place during a project, and for this class, the professor made all of the group work optional. There were some assignments that were way more complicated than others, so it was often easier just to work in a group for those ones. In this class, I was familiar with two people. One was someone who we'll call Ellie, and the other we'll call Noah. Noah sat next to me and recognized my computer's wallpaper, and we started working on our assignments together after that. But he would always put off classwork to go on his phone or nap sometimes. For one project we worked on, we did a relatively simple presentation, and the professor was really chill and didn't care if we read off the slide. And I asked him to do 3 out of the 12 slides. 3 slides. 3 slides. The day before the presentation, he didn't work on it at all, and I saw on Discord that he was playing Cyberpunk for like 6 hours. I messaged him and he sent a reply saying that he would finish it. The morning of, I woke up, checked the presentation on my phone, and saw that he hadn't done it yet. I messaged him asking when he was going to do it, and I even did one of the 3 slides for him. but by the time I actually arrived on campus, I saw that he finished it. He was a really cool person, but just a bit stressful to work with sometimes. The other person in our group was Ellie, the complete opposite of Noah. One time Noah was sick for a week and Ellie and I ended up working on a class assignment together. She was really smart and took her classwork very seriously, but she didn't have a lot of patience when an assignment wasn't being done correctly. When the three of us formed a group, that was the first time those two were meeting, so neither were familiar with each other's approach to assignments. And after seeing what Noah contributed to the project on the first day, she did not like working with him. Noah did do the work she assigned him, but he would complete it super last minute, like the morning of, which stressed me out, but it stressed Ellie out a lot. Even after the group project, when we were working on classwork, they would constantly argue, and I'd be in the middle of it trying to get Noah to contribute more. Quick side note, Noah was currently taking a history class that I had taken the previous semester. One time Noah asked me about an upcoming exam and for any notes that I had. Just as an FYI, the study guide I made for that exam was super last minute, so there were a bunch of typos and spelling mistakes. I sent Noah my study guide and then went to the bathroom. When I re-entered the classroom, I came back to Ellie and Noah not arguing but looking at the study guide together. And I thought, oh, that's great, they're getting along. But what I didn't know was that they were looking at the study guide and my spelling mistakes and laughing at them. When I reread my notes, some of the sentences I couldn't even understand what I was trying to get at. I guess I was just either in a rush or just sleep deprived because some of them would have random words mixed in with some history terms. After that, they did occasionally argue on future projects, but it was significantly less than before. I guess they just needed the icebreaker of making fun of Mel's spelling. But it kind of helped in the end though, right?